know, every organization really should have a legacy story, a story about its founding, and this is a classic legacy story.
Well, the very beginning of the program really culminated from a conversation that Chuck Norris had with President Bush.
My dad was president. He and Mom invited Chuck Norris to come to Washington to have lunch.
Mr. Norris had a vision.
Be able to provide karate and character education to children who could not afford the martial arts.
He had this idea to implement it into the schools.
Dad asked Chuck what his plans were, what he was going to do.
Chuck Norris knew that he wanted inner city kids to get to train in the martial arts. He just wasn't quite sure how to make that happen.
41 just says, well, what's stopping? Why don't you go ahead and start a program?
And George Bush said, come to Texas, we can make it happen here.
One thing led to the next. There's 3 schools started in Houston, 1 in Galveston.
In 1992, we started in 4 schools.
The hero is action-adventure star and martial arts champion Chuck Norris, and he's starting a new program in middle schools in the Houston area called Kick Drugs Out of America.
What was Kickstart like in the early days when it was Kick Drugs Out of America?
Taking you back, Kick Drugs Out of America, 1992. I was in the middle of my 7th grade year.
Back in 1992, the program was a lot different.
Obviously, people didn't think it was going to be something positive, especially in, public schools.
They were horrified, thinking, oh my gosh, we're going to teach the kids how to fight better.
Teach bad kids a more efficient way to kick butt? No, not happening.
They didn't understand was the philosophies that it comes with.
The real value of the martial arts training, which really had little to do with the physical part of the martial arts, but much more about the goal setting, life skills, discipline.
Staying in the karate room kind of kept us away from gangs, drugs.
Kept my mind focused on a goal that I couldn't find anywhere else.
But Kick Drugs Out of America, aka Kickstart, really provided a way out, a ram in a bush, if you will.
In Chuck's program, kids learn traditional American values like discipline, self-control, and respect for themselves and others. And also some pretty impressive physical skills.
Now, you're gonna get it now!
It started because he had a vision, and that vision was also part of his life.
Chuck Norris had grown up like many of the kids that we originally target. They are somewhat conditioned for failure. Very few of them had positive role models. It wasn't until he was in the Air Force and got to start training in judo did he realize I can accomplish things.
Mr. Norris knew what karate did for him.
He's one of those few people that his character is greater than the one you see, and it's already portrayed bigger than life.
Chuck and Gina are dedicated to this program, I believe, because they realize that our country's best resource are our children.
They both get up in the morning and want to do something that makes a better world.
Probably 2 of the most humble and genuine people I've ever known.
Just a great ambassador for what can be done with kids.
Hi, I'm Chuck Norris. This is my wife, Gina. We want to talk to you about our kids. They're our greatest hope and our greatest worry.
One of the visions of Mr. Norris is to have the students who grew up in the program one day help run the organization. That is becoming a reality.
I'm the first student in Kickstart Kids to receive their black belt. And I remember getting my black belt from Mr. Norris, and I got very teary-eyed, and he hugged me and made me cry.
I was one of the first students to become an instructor. Kickstart actually helped pay for my college, some of my college.
Probably about 80% of our staff are alumni.
This is pretty much a lifelong program for these kids and really is transformative for their lives.
What Kickstart is to me, one word is family.
We're a big family.
The program's invested a lot in me, and that's what makes me give back so much.
It's been the greatest thing that's happened to me because it's put me in a position where I can make a difference for other students.
That means a lot. That means a dream became a reality.
It has been probably the biggest honor of my life to be involved with that foundation.
I've been a part of many groups to help kids with the same type of issues that I had growing up, and none of them had the impact on me as Kickstart did. It taught more than about kicking drugs out of America, you know. It really addressed the character in the person.
Mr. Norris just kept saying, if we save one child's life, then all of our work is worth it.
It's been a quarter century that this charity has been going and making a difference.
Wow. 25 years now. The program has impacted 90,000 students, and that's an amazing number.
Knowing the effect that it had on me, the positive influence that it's had on me, and now to know that we can have that same effect or that same influence on so many kids at once, it's a blessing and a miracle to me.
We truly believe that the values that we're teaching these kids are going to make a difference in their lives for decades to come. This is an investment that the few dollars you put in today change America 75 years from now. It can change the world.
There's more children in the world, and we'd like to be able to impact more than just 90,000.
I would like to thank everyone that supports Kickstart Kids. We're all Kickstart Kids. Without everyone's support, we would not have made it 25 years.
We've got a quarter century behind us, and we know what it takes to make a great program, and now it's expanding that program to where it makes the difference in the lives of the most children possible.